What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Troy Thompson, 30-day flip phone challenge. I'm sure you're kicking butt on the challenge. I'm sure you're feeling refreshed and not only refreshed, but you have deeper connections. Your brain is clearer. You're not as cluttered. You're not as scatterbrained. You don't have bells and whistles going off every few seconds. You're not panicking when you don't have your smartphone because you have a flip phone. Your flip phone doesn't give you much anyway except a phone call or a text that you can barely respond, and people understand that. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about 5 things you can do with all this extra time you'll have because you're on your flip phone. Number 1 is read. You know, I kind of forgot how to read, embarrassingly, when I was addicted to my smartphone, simply because I would listen to podcasts. I would listen to books, Audible. I love Audible. It's great. But my brain was basically rewired so I couldn't read a book. In fact, when I would take a book out and I really wanted to digest an actual page-turning book, I'd have my smartphone right next to me, and that thing would bother me constantly. And I would end up maybe watching a YouTube video and trying to read, listening to a podcast and trying to read, scrolling Twitter while I was trying to read. It made no sense. Now that option's off the table because you have a flip phone. Reading is one of the most enjoyable things you can do. It hits different levels of your brain than just listening to an Audible book too. So it is a really, really awesome thing. Plus it's so relaxing. I love reading at night before I go to bed. It puts me to sleep right away because you don't have the blue light. Also, I love reading in the morning because it's so focused, it's so still, it's so peaceful in the house. You can knock out books. And sometimes, I've read 200-page books in the morning before people get up now. It's just amazing. So read. Number 2, do a puzzle. My kids and I, we love puzzles. It makes you kind of think and play around with your fingers and just use your head. It's awesome. Not only puzzles, but board games are great. We love board games. Another thing with all the time you have is call a friend. The phone, before we use them as mobile computers, was designed to call people and talk to people. That is a magic that doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to. And when you call someone, you can convey enthusiasm, you can convey empathy, you can convey emotion with people. It's just such a great way to connect. Pick up the phone, call some people you haven't talked to in a while. Tell them how your flip phone challenge is going. Tell them how great your life is. Tell them how much you miss them and like talking to them. That's where the magic happens. That's where the real connection happens. Another one is work out. What else are you going to do? A perfect example was this morning. I woke up at 5 in the morning. I couldn't scroll my phone to waste time on Twitter or whatever. So I basically got up, got my workout stuff on, got into the gym. Then I started working out. And guess what? I had a great workout simply because I didn't have my smartphone distracting me. Workout is an awesome way to get those endorphin rushes too, where you're feeling kind of like those dopamine hits you used to get with your smartphone. Now you can get it and get real benefit, real positive physical benefit by lifting weights or doing some cardio or whatever you want to do. Final thing is watching a movie. You know, you might think that's a little paradoxical when I talk about getting off your screens, your smartphone, but then you're watching a movie on on the big screen per se. But what we like to do in my family now, we watch a family movie. And the difference is there's not a device on my hand that I'm flicking with my thumb as I'm supposedly watching this great movie with my family. So you're fully present when you watch this movie. And you're connecting, you're talking about the characters, you're in it, just like your kids are, just like your wife is, just like your husband is. Watch a movie without being tethered to anything else. It's kind of a magical thing. So those are my 5 things. There'll be 5 more things to come. You guys are doing awesome, trust me. Keep going. The 30 days will be over before you know it, and magic is going to happen, and I'm sure it already is. Take care. Have a great day.